Who? Harry had no answers. There were moments when he wondered whether it had been outright madness not to try to prevent Voldemort breaking open the tomb. He could not even explain satisfactorily when he had decided against it. Every time he tried to reconstruct the eternal arguments that had led to his decision, they sounded feebler to him. The odd thing was that Hermione's support made him feel just as confused as Ron's doubts. Now forced to accept that the Elder One was real, she maintained that it was an evil object, and that the way Voldemort had taken possession of it was repellent, not to be considered. You could never have done that, Harry, she had said again and again. You couldn't have broken into Dumbledore's grave. But the idea of Dumbledore's corpse frightened Harry much less than the possibility that he might have understood the living Dumbledore's intentions. He felt that he was still groping in the dark. He had chosen his path, but kept looking back, wondering whether he had miserabled the signs, whether he should not have taken the other way. From time to time, anger at Dumbledore crashed over him again, powerful as the waves slamming themselves against the cliff beneath the cottage. Anger that Dumbledore had not explained before he died. "But is it that?" said Ron, 3 days after they had arrived at the cottage. Harry had been staring out over the wall that separated the cottage garden from the cliff when Ron and Hermione had found him. He wished they had not, having no wish to join in with their argument. "Yes, he is, Ron. Please don't start that again." "Look at the facts, Hermione," said Ron, speaking across Harry, who continued to gaze at the horizon. The eye Harry saw in the mirror. Harry admits he could have imagined the eye. "Don't you, Harry?" "I could have," said Harry without looking at her. "But you don't think you did, do you?" asked Ron. "No, I don't," said Harry. "There you go, Ron," said Ron quickly, before Hermione could carry on. "If it wasn't Dumbledore, explain how Dobby knew we were in the cellar, Hermione." "I can't. But can you explain how Dumbledore sent him to us if he's lying in the tomb at Hogwarts?" "I do know. It could have been his ghost." "Dumbledore wouldn't come back as a ghost," said Harry. There was a little about Dumbledore he was sure of now, but he knew that much. He would have gone on. "What do you mean, gone on?" asked Ron, but before Harry could say any more, a voice behind them said, "Harry!" Fleur had come out of the cottage, her long silver hair flying in the breeze. "Harry, Creeper would like to speak to you. He's in the smallest bedroom. He says he do not want to be overheard." Her dislike of the goblins sending her to deliver messages was clear. She looked irritable as she walked back around the house. Creeper was waiting for them, as Flo had said, in the tiniest of the cottage's 3 bedrooms, in which Hermione and Luna slept by night. He had done the red curtains against the bright, cloudy sky, which gave the room a fiery glow at odds with the rest of the airy light cottage. "I have reached my decision, Harry Potter," said the goblin, who was sitting cross-legged in a low chair, drumming its arms with his spindly fingers. Though the goblin saw Gringotts will consider it base treachery, "I have decided to help you." "That's great," said Harry, relief surging through him. "Creepo, thank you. We are really in return," said the goblin fondly, "for payment." Slightly taken aback, Harry hesitated. "How much do you want? I've got gold." "Not gold," said Creepo. "I have gold." His black eyes glittered. There were no whites to his eyes. "I want that sword, the sword of Godric Gryffindor." Harry's spirits plummeted.